Alrighty, folks, it is October 1st, Wednesday. We are 4 days away from Bigger Pockets event here in Las Vegas at Caesar Palace. The three amigos will be there in full force. I thought we should talk about what each of us are hoping to accomplish. Dion is speaking seemingly every day. I'll be 1 day session, I think, on Monday, but we need to do some lobby cons. We need to meet all of you. But let's go around the horn. Let's go first to Matt. Matt, what the heck, man? You coming out all the way from the East Coast to see your family? What's going on?
No, I'm just coming out to see you guys.
That's we're not family? What's the deal?
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, for family that I don't have to change diaper. So it's not yet anyway. But yeah, coming out to see you guys and honestly just kind of hang out and meet people, meet all the people that, spend their time talking with us, asking questions of us. So just out there to, quite frankly, just meet a bunch of folks. So I'm excited to do that. And, as the only one of the three amigos not on stage, I will be standing in line first to ask questions.
I expect nothing less.
But yeah, really just meet people, have fun. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of obviously great speakers that they've got there, including you two guys. But excited to go to the event and, and see what trends are, see what people are experiencing. One of the things that I pride myself in my business on is I spend most of my time asking other people what their experiences are, what's going on for them. What are they seeing? What's happening for them? And that way I can really try and understand, engage, real estate's hyper local, but is there an overall theme? Right. Yeah, I believe what I know the overall theme to be, but we'll see. We'll reserve judgment and wait until we hear what people have to say.
Nice. Yeah. One of the things I love about this is the first. So I went to the very, very first Bigger Pockets event in Denver, like 15 years ago. I don't even think they count that one. It was Josh Dorkin and like 200 people or something. But in its latest incarnation, never gone, never thought about going. Dion, I think this will be your first as well. Matt, I think it's your first. So, right, the three amigos, kind of taking over Bigger Pockets. It'll be interesting. What I'm actually most interested in seeing is how many people recognize us, because I think our communities overlap, right? I think we'll be highly recognizable.
Yes.
We won't be Brandon Turner level or David Green level, but we might be half that.
Yes.
And that'll be kind of cool.
When you have your event, real quick, when you have your event, we get recognized downtown in Las Vegas all the time. When you have your event all the time, literally during every meal that was the day before your event and the day after your event, everywhere we went, we got recognized. And cool. I mean, it shows you the size, impact, and input that your community has. Or our communities have. So that was awesome and weird all at the same time too. We got back to the room and Ashley was like, I'm not sure I'm used to this. This is different. And I was like, yeah, it's weird. And we want to share and talk with people. The challenge is we love to have that, brief interaction. We just can't give a real estate class for 45 minutes then.
Yeah. It's funny you bring this up because I'm actually reposting your and Ashley's presentation tonight at 4:00. Oh, cool. Just want to tease people on just how impactful, our ORAD events are. So I thought, what better day to do it than October 1st? And it's funny you bring this up, Ashley and whatnot. So it's really cool that you guys, come out here and get recognized. That's got to put a big smile on your face. So
it's
pretty
different.
Cool. It's different. So Dion, what about you? It's you're speaking at least 3 times, I think.
Yeah, Monday is going to be a full day I'm on 2 different panels, and the panels are hour plus. And then Tuesday is the keynote at the end of the day. There's 3 things when it comes to events like this. The first one I want to share, Zuber, so that you understand, like part of it is, will people recognize us? Because there's this advice that I'm giving, and I've given it on my channel a couple of times, that when you go to an event, don't act like you know the person you're meeting. So there will be people who will come up to you who absolutely know who you are, who watch all of your content, who watch your daily update. But their introduction is going to be, hey, it's really cool to meet you here. What do you invest in? Like they don't know who you are. Because the idea, the premise that I've been trying to teach in my videos is, and I use Mindy Jensen as an example, because I've been on podcasts with her. I've been interviewed by her. I've been a co-host with her. Like, we've interacted with emails now for like 6+ years-ish. So I can't do it with her, but I'll use her as an example. If I went to a thing as a new person and I met Mindy and I said, hey, I'm a fan of yours. I watch the Bigger Pockets Money podcast. I really love your live and flip strategy. Happy to meet you. She goes into instant Mindy Johnson, Bigger Pockets Money, the people she's interviewed. She'll ask you the question she asks on the podcast. You get nothing out of the experience other than you got to meet somebody that you think is cool.
Yeah.
But if you walk up to Mindy and you're not me, and she doesn't somewhat know who you are at least, and you just meet her like you don't know that she's even part of Bigger Pockets, and you just go, oh, it's really cool to meet you here. What do you invest in? You get an opportunity to see the Mindy she presents to people that aren't on the podcast or aren't watching the podcast. So if people come up to you, Zuber, they might be fans and they just go, oh, cool. What do you invest in? And you get a chance to be the Zuber that isn't the daily update guy. Who are you in that moment?
All right. I love it. Dion dropping gems, always helping people get better. It's going to be really interesting. I'm really wondering what it's going to be like walking through the hallways, because I'm expecting 2,000 people. I don't know if that's fair or not. I'm guessing 2,000-ish real estate investors. I'm going to guess half of them have a somewhat understanding of the three of us or some of our stories. I think we've been consistent and broad enough and impactful enough that I think half of them will know us, but maybe not. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
The second thing with events like this is we're not Graham Stephan. We're not Grant Cardone. We're not McConaughey, where if you see us in the hallway and you think Graham probably gets approached all the time. He's got 5 million subscribers, can't go shopping at any store without everybody.
He doesn't go to the grocery store. Yeah.
Right. So he has somebody do all that for him. When Matt is sitting there, if you walk up to the table or when we're walking down the street and you start talking to us, we can't give a 45-minute class.
Right.
But we're still at that level where that's exciting to be recognized.
Oh, yeah.
To go, there's an impact on what we're doing. There are people that see this. And then the third thing is, and this is kind of anecdotal, but when I first started teaching at a CDL school, I had no clue what I was doing. I'd been a Marine and a cop and a truck driver. There's no teacher in any of that, right? Like the teaching that I use, I think mostly comes from being a parent of 3. They don't watch this content. They should be special needs kids, but they turned out great. I went to that school. I started working at that school. They sent me to these conventions called the Northwest Career Colleges Federation. It was like 100 different vocational schools. And the CEO of ITT Tech was there. And at the time, this was, 2010, 2011, that was one of the biggest vocational schools in the country. And he wasn't presenting. He was just there. And I got like set at their table for a lunch thing. It's like, just because they didn't have, it wasn't very organized. And I had no idea who he was. And I just said, I started at a CDL school and kind of gave my story. He told he said, I run a bigger school. And I was like, okay, he didn't even really say who he was, but he took a piece of paper. It's a flyer I don't even know what the flyer was. And he flipped it over on the back, and he took probably 5 minutes to draw a diagram of how a business works, how the lead funnels progress down to conversion is to front desk, to how you turn your school into cookie cutter repeat, right? Like I had never thought of the school in a business way before. And that 5-minute conversation flipped my brain around to take our school from this tiny little one campus school to, making $60,000 in profit the first year that I was there, to the last year I was there making $9 million in profit. Like that one conversation was the catalyst to me going, it's a school. We're teaching people how to drive, but this is a business. So I've related that to real estate. Like everything I do in real estate almost comes from this one 5-minute conversation with somebody who was just super successful, who wasn't on stage, who has no idea that conversation mattered to the person at the table. He was just having lunch going, here's how I look at my business model. And that's going to happen to somebody at this event. Somebody's going to have a 5-minute conversation on the side.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things when I think about these events, and Matt and I from our sales careers, we've been to, I don't know, ungodly amount of these.
Too many.
And both on stage and in the audience. And again, there are moments of presentations that I remember that I'm like, that are impactful, but most of the value I got was interacting with the audience, different members, right? Hallway conversations, lunch, coffees. You just don't know who you're going to bump into. So what I would tell people to do is be open to that. Be open to I turned a corner and I saw so-and-so, right? So be ready, right? Don't just, don't miss the opportunity, right? Be authentic. You should, I mean, if I was somebody just getting started or maybe in the middle of the game, right, in the first 5 years of suck, I think I would probably take on a personal challenge of meeting at least 20 people, collecting 20 phone numbers that you can text, people on, right? Set some goals, right? I don't know what these tickets cost, but I'm going to guess they're not cheap, right? And you're coming and you're traveling to Vegas. It's a couple of $1,000. So you should probably take an opportunity to get 20 numbers and like real conversations and like text them and follow up and right, try to grow that relationship. I mean, that would be something I would do. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's the number game just with different end goals. But yeah, I mean, it's I mean, even for me, points and, platinum at MGM and all the other stuff, it still cost me $2,000.
Yeah.
$2,000 and 5 days out of my market, 5 days out of my market when we have, it's right around move-in days and we've got some more units coming available, inspection, blah, blah, blah. The jail almost finishing, thank God. But yeah, it's, you're going to be there, make the time count, make the time matter, make sure that you're getting conversations, connecting with people, networking, one of the ORAT rules, make sure that you're networking with people. It's good to understand. And it's funny because sometimes, I've gone all the way around the world and I've met somebody from Boston.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just ridiculous. Like we had to go all the way around the world, right? Like you see that all the time, I'm sure, with San Fran.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All the time. But yeah, it's important just to I would challenge people to be present in the moment. Be present in the moment, recognize what an opportunity is to be there. Even though you paid for the opportunity, it's still an investment that you're making in yourself and in your business to be better, to get people, to get to know people that will make you better. These are all really important things, and they're really important things to have as you want to grow your business and get better at what you do. So yeah. I would encourage people to be present, find a way to make sure that things are being taken care of at the homestead. Because you've got, 3 days there, maybe a day before and a day after. Make it impactful, make it matter.
Count. Yeah. One of the things I would tell you folks, if you're going there, take notes. If it fits your schedule, what I would always do is take notes for each presentation, somehow highlight or circle or star the stuff that you think is most important. Then at the end of the day, or if you're a night owl tomorrow morning, go back to the notes and find the 2 or 3 things through the day that's most impactful. Because what I see most people miss is events like this, including the one that the 3 of us do together. It's very much a bolt of electricity.
Yeah.
But if you don't take away 2, 3, 4, 5 actionable things that you will do in your life and your business, your family, that disappears, right? Discipline beats, momentum, right? So discipline.
Sure.
Yeah. So finding a way to do it. So Dion, what do you hope to get across in your keynote? Let's celebrate your keynote. What do you hope people take away?
The big takeaway from the actual keynote itself is, the purpose of the presentation is that it's never going to seem like a good time to buy. Right. I mean, in my entire life, I've never heard a year where across the board, a lot of people were saying now is the best time to buy. Like the best time to buy, basically 2011, bottom of the market. Everyone was screaming double dip crash.
Yeah.
Lenders disappeared. People were saying it's an asset class you can't trust. Right. So even in the year that was the best year to buy, people were saying, here's all the reasons you shouldn't buy. And I'm hoping that people walk away from there going, interest rates are high, prices are high. Everyone is saying this is a bad time to buy, but this isn't as bad as most of the times we've had where people said, don't buy. Well, the reason isn't as a big, bad, scary as some of the reasons we've had. So that's what I'm hoping to wrap up with so that people leave and take action. I think at the event, the chance that people have is when you watch something like a podcast that's huge. So if you watch Ken McElroy, or if you watch, Brandon Turner, one of those guys that just has, thousands and thousands of units, their success seems out of reach, partially because of their success on social media. So if you go and you see the people, like if you're a Ashley and Tony fan from the Bigger Pockets rookie show, and you see them and interact with them, something in your brain flips and you realize they're just people. Like the 3 of us, when people meet us, I don't know if this is a great compliment or not, but every time somebody meets me, they go, man, you just seem so normal. And I'm like, what didn't seem normal with all of the transparency that we have here? And that's where people can walk away from it going, if that absolutely normal person can be that successful in real estate and that successful on social media, the Ken McElroys and those, you can be successful in real estate. It's not like there's a special sauce that you need or a special character trait.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, again, I know a lot of the speakers. Some of them I've spoken with, others I know in passing, and that's really my hope for the entire event is people leave knowing it's possible, right? That's the big thing with this channel, our books, you know, Matt's soon to be book. It's all about showing people what is possible. It does take work. The first 5 years suck, all of that. But when I think about my presentation, and it's something I've been working on for now almost 200 hours, I've given it twice at live events. I did it once in Orlando, once in Long Beach or Huntington Beach. And finally the crescendo will be Vegas. Bigger Pockets. It's how to get wealthy and just how do you do it? And I'm going to give people action items. I'm going to say, you got to do this, got to do this, right? You know, jump in the boat, do it together. And, you know, that's really my goal as well. It's just for people to know it's possible. They got to take extreme ownership. They got to own their decisions. They got to be adults. They can't whine and cry. But, you know, that's my hope for the entire event is people leave inspired. And to your point, they're like, if he can do it, I can do it. I'm okay with that answer. Yeah. Matt, where can people find you in closing thoughts?
Lumberjack Landlord, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I just answer questions about people's real estate journey, where they're at. You know, the most important thing about meeting people is meeting them where they're at.
Yeah.
As in proper a language as that is, and English as that is. And closing thoughts are, I'm excited for the weekend, excited to get to spend some time with you guys. It's always fun to get together and hang out in person because we spend so much time together, not together. And so that's exciting. And then, like I said, just to be able to meet a bunch of the people that we've helped along in their journey. Excited to meet them and shake their hands. And the thing I'm definitely not used to is pictures with people. I'm not used to that at all. In fact, if you get a picture with me, you likely have more pictures than I've taken with most of my family than in the last year.
Folks, let's blow them up. Let's make sure we get lots of photos. I want to see them. Tag Lumberjack Landlord on Instagram. I want to see 100 photos.
Oh dear God!
Matt with tagged on Instagram. Dion, where they find you in closing thoughts?
You can find me right here on YouTube. Dion Talk Financial Freedom. I do a live stream every Tuesday that lasts as long as the questions do, and I want to thank everybody for the questions. At events like this Bigger Pockets event this coming weekend, or here on YouTube in the comment section. A lot of times the content that we make comes from the questions people ask, because when you're sharing information, remember, the hardest thing is remembering what it's like to not know something. Yeah. So until somebody asks that question, we might not even know to cover that topic, even though it's something that we had to go through ourselves.
Love it. Dion, Matt, you guys are amazing. I look forward to getting together. We'll do some dinners or lunches or have some fun. That's for sure. Again, folks, do me a favor. Make it a special thing to take a selfie with the Lumberjack Landlord. In fact, I'm going to put out a bogey for the whoever gets the most photos with the Lumberjack, you're going to get a special gift. Maybe Dion and I will both autograph books or something just to put a bounty on these pictures. So let's do it. And they only count. These pictures only count if they're on IG. You got to tag them. You got to tag one rental at a time so I see them. And I'll reach out to your DMs, whoever does that the most. Guys, you're amazing. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.